Hey guys, this is Mrs. Schoenberg. This is the 8.1 lesson. We're going to start talking about the Cartesian coordinate system. In other words, we're going to be plotting points using ordered pairs and graphing lines. I actually love the Chapter 8 lessons. So let's review here. It might be a while since you've thought about graphing. So when we talk about what are coordinates, remember that it's a point x comma y that can be plotted on a plane. So when we talk about the x-axis, the y-axis, and the origin, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, the point 0, 0 is the origin, and when we plot a point, you have to remember when you do the x, you go side to side before you do the y, which is up and down. So first you're going to plot the x going side to side, and y is the second, and you'll plot that going up and down. Okay, so this lesson isn't super hard, but they throw 5 different scenarios at you, which is what can be complicated. There's some good practice out there on plotting points, and I am just going to draw. I'm going to go out 5 notches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in all directions. Actually, I think I'm only going to do 4 on the up and down. I have a small. Okay, now I am going to change the color of my pen. If I'm going to plot -2, 1, remember, the x is first, and the x is side to side. So I'm going to go back 2 and then +1. Okay, so that is point A. Point B is back 2, down 4. So back 2, down 4. This would be point B. Point C is 0, so hold at the middle, and then go up 4. That's point C. Point D is go over 1 and up 3. And lastly, point E is go over 2 and down 5. Hey, so that was a quick review. You'll be surprised. You'll catch yourself doing something wrong. It seems like plotting points would be easy, but when you haven't done it in a while, you might get a little confused at first. So it'll be good practice. Not only will you plot points, but they'll also give you a point. Let's say they give you E, and you have to say, oh, that's 2, -5. Also out in the Hawks, example 2, it'll give you this equation of a line, and you have to find the missing coordinate given the specific ordered pair so that it will satisfy the equation. Well, just think of these as 2 separate problems. And really, remember, the x is unknown here, and they've given you the y value of -2. So, using the equation, I'm going to substitute in the y value they've given us. And then I'm just simply going to solve for x. 2x plus -6 equals 12. So this is plus a -6, so it's -6 plus 6, 2x equals 18, x equals 9. So this one is 9, -2. The ordered pair is 9, -2 on that first one. And I think the thing that's kind of cool with some of these is you start realizing that all of these are an equation of a line. Like this could actually be plotted. And as we get into it, you'll see more and more just how exciting it can be. But let's use the same equation again, 2x plus 3y equals 12. And this time they gave us the x, but the y is unknown. So I'm going to substitute in 0 for x. and I end up with y is equal to 4. So the ordered pair is 0, 4. All right, and again, what we're saying is 0, 4 is a point that would lie along this line. Okay, this is kind of the same thing, except they've given it to you in this XY table, okay? So if they give you X is 0, you solve for Y, and then you have your XY coordinate. This time we're using Y equals negative 3X plus 1. For the first one, they gave us that would be 0. And so when X is 0, Y is 1. So in that case, the XY coordinate would be 0, 1. The next one, they gave us the Y value of 4. So 4 equals negative 3x plus 1 minus 1 minus 1. 3 equals negative 3x. Divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. X equals negative 1. So when Y is 4, X is negative 1, and the ordered pair is negative 1, 4. Okay, I'm going to do one more of these. Letter C here, which is 1/3 for X. Just, it'll be a good review. Negative 3 times 1/3 plus 1. Y equals, the 3 and 3 cancel, and you have negative 1 plus 1. Negative times 1 is negative 1 plus 1. So Y equals 0. So when X is 1/3, Y is 0, and the ordered pair is 1/3, 0. Okay? So on and so forth. You can check this one out later. When you put in a 3 for X, you should get a negative 8 for Y. All right, exercise 4. Determine which, if any of the ordered pairs, this one, or this one, satisfy the equation Y equals 3X minus 2. So basically, you have to say whether these are true or false. Do these points, 0, negative 2, does 0, negative 2, does it lie along this line? So if we put 0 in for X and we put negative 2 in for Y, does it work? All right, so let's just see this. Y equals 3X minus 2. So for the X value, this says Y, when you put in 0 for X, Y is equal to negative 2. So that first one is true. The second one, Y equals 3X minus 2. This time, let's put in, you can actually put in both values and see if it equals. Let's put in the Y value 0. 3 times 2/3 minus 2. Does 0 equal 0? 3 and 3 will cancel. 0 equals, that's 2 minus 2. Yes, so 0 equals 0. So that one is true. The first two are true. And what do you think about the last one? They can't all be true. Y equals 3X minus 2. Let's put 5 in for Y, okay, because that's our Y value. And does that equal 3 times 2 minus 2? Does 5 equal 6 minus 2? No. So this one is false, meaning it does not satisfy the equation. But what that also means is that is a point that does not lie on this line. This is an equation of a line. Okay. Finally, like I said earlier, list the sets of ordered pairs corresponding to the points on the graph. All right, point A. Remember, you got to go sideways first. And in this case, we have to go negative 2. And then we went down, which is negative 2. Letter B, right at the origin, 0, 0. Letter C, there was nothing going side to side, so it's 0. And then you went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then letter D, positive 1, 2, 3, then down, negative 1. Okay, so that is lesson 8.1. And I will post this out in our Canvas class.